New York's highest court just declined to block Trump's sentencing in his hush money case. Now, remember, a jury found him guilty of 34 felony counts for falsifying business records last summer. Now, this move comes after the president-elect's team filed an emergency petition asking the New York Appeals Court and the Supreme Court to step in. Trump's sentencing is set to take place as early as tomorrow, and we're still waiting to see how the Supreme Court will weigh in on all of this. Let's bring in CBS News political reporter Olivia Rinaldi, following it all from West Palm Beach, Florida, very close to Mar-a-Lago. Olivia, any response from the Trump team today?
Well, Liz, they see this fight as still not over. As you mentioned, they asked the Supreme Court to weigh in on this sentencing that is set to take place tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Time is really dwindling for them to act on this. So, as you mentioned, the highest court in New York said that they declined to delay this proceeding. Now, Trump has tried a lot of avenues to delay this sentencing for tomorrow. This is all related to that New York hush money trial case where he was found guilty on 34 felony counts, and time is really ticking. We just have 11 days until he is set to take office. The New York court the judge in New York looking to get this sentencing in this case really wrapped up before then. So it's really just a race against time. But as you mentioned, Supreme Court could be taking this up or waiting to hear any news from them. But they have also asked the prosecutors in this case to submit a filing to the Supreme Court arguing why they should take this up, why they should delay this, if at all. So a lot of eyes watching this entire case, as this could be a monumental decision happening tomorrow.
And Olivia, President-elect Donald Trump, as we saw, attended the state funeral of former President Jimmy Carter today. Mike Pence was also there, his former vice president, and it was the first time these two men have been in the same room since 2021 and the fallout after January the 6th. Was there any kind of interaction there that you know of?
Yeah, I was watching this very, very closely today. It was the first time these two men have been together since 2021. We know what happened on January 6th and the ultimate split between the two of them. But they did have an interaction today. Trump shook former Vice President Mike Pence's hand. They had a brief conversation. He also shook Melania's hand as well. But what was notable was that Karen Pence, the former Second Lady of the United States, wife to former Vice President Mike Pence, did not stand up, did not acknowledge the Trumps during that initial interaction. Of course, it was just a hodgepodge of former presidents sitting there today, former vice presidents as well. You can almost cut the tension with a knife. I would love to have been a fly on the wall for any of those conversations happening between those leaders there. But quite a notable interaction there that I was following closely.
Yeah, there was a number of pictures there that could probably tell you 1,000 words for that. I want to switch gears now to the tragedy of the devastating wildfires in Southern California. President-elect Donald Trump took a number of shots at California Governor Gavin Newsom, including calling for his actual resignation. Can you walk us through the back and forth that took place there?
This is an ongoing feud between the two leaders, President-elect Donald Trump and California Governor Gavin Newsom. There's no love lost there. They've had a very difficult relationship, even when Trump was in office the first time. And this argument that they have goes all the way back to 2016, when Trump had argued that some of the water reservoirs in California should be opened up for use to fight fires, for people to use them to combat some droughts that they've had there, citing some, environmental concerns. Governor Gavin Newsom went against Trump's orders. So there's been a lot of back and forth there between the two men over water right usage in California. Trump, even this last September, was holding a press conference in California where he said he would decline to give California wildfire aid if Governor Newsom did not acquiesce to some of Trump's requests as far as water right usage if he were to get back in office. So a lot of issues between the two of them there, but Trump has been very vocal over the last several hours as these fires have exploded in California, calling for the resignation of Governor Gavin Newsom, but also of Mayor Bass of LA, saying that they are causing this issue that we're seeing with the fires exploding, and having a lot of words to say about that. So I suspect in 10 days when Trump takes office, as we're starting to perhaps rebuild or kind of get a sense of the devastation in LA, and Trump is going to have to contend with this under his watch now as the incoming president, perhaps some of that relationship and the issues between those two men might come to the forefront a little bit more, Liz.
All right, CBS News political reporter Olivia Rinaldi. Thanks so much, Olivia.